second because it's going to start talking and then it's very loud. Rain coming in about 3.5 hours, according to a notification that just came across my computer.
Scary.
Because it's going to start talking and then it's very loud. Okay, here we go. All right. That was
All
me
right.
again. There we are.
Welcome to the fakest of the fake news, taking everybody out.
The fake out. So you are unprepared, and that's all right.
Yeah.
We're unprepared too.
No, we're not. I actually prepared something,
prepared? Oh.
but not really. It was I wasn't.
At least one of us is prepared.
Right, somebody showed up. Yeah, ruining the curve.
I was I was inspired by the developments that we saw in Alaska. So
Hell.
I thought I thought I was inspired to put it in the words of a an open letter to the world. And I have not read Chatbot's version of it yet, but let's see what it came up with. I asked it to give me a mean version, which looks a lot longer, and then it has the soft version, which I think sounds better. We can try both if you want. They're either short.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or if you want to read
Sure.
I can do the other one. But I thought it would be nice to be like, because this is true, because I was literally surprised in the week leading up to the summit that like wherever I looked, BBC, LCB, is that station I listened to? Yeah, the other one, the liberal, the MSNBC on UK. All the UK people that I follow, the Russian War people, like everybody was like, Putin, Trump, Trump, Putin, Trump, Putin. What are they gonna do? Oh, he's gonna do this. He's gonna give Crimea away, as if he could give Crimea away. Like what?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have that power. Like why are we all pretending? Why? Where is this all going? And it was all this energy leading up, and then of course, and now everyone's like, "Whoa, this is awful. What happened?" And I feel like I just want to sit the world down and be like, guys, like we haven't been the rich Uncle Sam that everyone's looking at us to be in a long, long time. Like that is not who we are. Everyone's just standing around waiting for like the US to do our thing. And they're all surprised that like, what? What's happening? Why aren't they doing like people? He's not here anymore. That guy in Alaska, that's the guy that's steering the car. That is the guy. The guy that rolled out the red carpet for a freaking war criminal. The guy that like clapped, like a seal waiting for a big bucket of herring. Like he's just an idiot. And like we literally create like imagine if you made a luncheon to have your friend come over and your friend was the guest of honor and they didn't even like look at the menu. They just like barged in, took a selfie, made a speech about themselves and took off. And then like that's what happened. I wish that the whole world sees that and understands that and acts accordingly because like they have to like save yourselves. Stop looking at us. Europe, world, save yourselves. Ignore us. Stop trusting that Trump or the US is going to do anything besides like line the pockets of billionaires and private interests. Like that's it. Like we're not here for human rights. We're not here to protect the masses. We're not here to do anything that you might be expecting it to end wars. No, no, none of that shit. So I don't know why they keep waiting for it. So I really think it's time for somebody to be like, people, like, wake the fuck up. Stop looking at us. We'll let you know when we're back. But, like, no. And then the last part, I just wanted to say that if you have any doubt in their mind, if anybody's wondering, like, we left private government documents on a random hotel business center copier with like phone numbers from Russian and American staffers. Are you like, again, why is the world even entertaining this? If I hear one more BBC journalist go like, "Oh, we're back to Trump. What might he do?" Like, fuck you all, because you're not helping by believing this myth that is long gone. So that is my rant, ladies and gentlemen. And scene.
Here,
here, home, home, home.
Honestly, like I'm just glad he didn't try to like salt Alaska.
Yeah,
to be
I think he
honest.
did. I think that's probably what he's talking about in their little limousine ride. I couldn't be. They said he wanted to do like mineral deals and shit. So like who knows that he didn't just set that up for later to talk later privately when no one's around.
Who knows?
Right?
He's been he's so desperate for a Nobel Peace Prize that like he's been like solving like wars that like nobody even knows about.
The Hatfields and McCoys.
Like Azerbaijan, like
Yeah,
who the
right?
fuck cares about Azerbaijan? Most people can't even find it on a map.
No, most people think it's like I had that once, right? It was delicious. Azerbaijan with a little bit of sesame on it,
More
right?
people know about or Gaza, where Gaza is on a map, than they know Azerbaijan.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think there might be like 10 of
Ow.
us. And then there was the one between like Thailand and like
Cambodia, was it?
was it Cambodia? I think it was Cambodia.
Maybe, yeah. And
Like where they
he said thousands died, and it turned out it was like tens.
tens, yeah.
Yeah.
Still, to those 10, it mattered.
To the
But
10
again,
families of the tens.
well, like they gave Kissinger a peace prize, so like, why
and
would they?
And Arafat.
You know, hey, give one. Go ahead.
That
give
is true.
Netanyahu. Go ahead. Why not?
Give to everybody.
Who
Everyone
cares?
gets one.
Give Sinwar a posthumous
There you go.
peace prize.
Why the hell not? Why the hell not?
Don't, people, please don't.
I know, right? We
God's
know
sakes.
why. But I mean, seriously, like, what does it even matter
I was
anymore?
in Obama's corner, but when they gave it to him, I'm like, what is he getting it for again?
Like, just
It's
being
because
black.
he's the first black president. Really?
I agree.
Yeah.
Like the award like almost means nothing
It
anymore.
almost does. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's just
And
stupid. When a
anyone-
regular person gets it, it's amazing. But when like a
Yeah.
politician gets it, you're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and anyone can nominate you, right?
Yeah, anybody. So whatever.
Then apparently he is basically taking a wrecking ball to the national museums.
Everything. Yeah. Based on at his inauguration, the wife of one of his donors went to the Smithsonian during that weekend or whenever they were in town, and she didn't agree with some of the exhibits. So then she got her husband to get the ear of Trump, and then he gave her the job. She's now in charge of reviewing all the Smithsonian exhibits to make sure they are up to her snuff. Like, you can't
Can
make this
the
shit
world
up.
get back to a place where facts actually matter?
It would be nice.
Like everybody.
Yeah.
Like let's go to a place. Let's step back like several like miles here, out of 1984 land, and look at and revere facts.
Would be nice.
We're trying. We're trying.
Well, we got to fix the education system. That's part of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I just watch day after day, even in Pennsylvania, just the money that keeps going to charter schools and school vouchers, and what a charade that is.
It is.
Well, and I was just listening to what's that fucking comedian or former comedian who has the show on HBO, like late night or something, like what's
John
the fuck?
Oliver?
No, the other one. Oh gosh. I'll
Seth?
pull it up.
He's not on HBO though.
Nope. Hold it a second here. Bill Maher.
Oh, Bill Maher.
okay.
Bill
Oh,
Maher.
yeah.
I thought he was
Oh, the Arby's. That's great.
Oh, I missed that. I don't
Arby's
know.
in your pants. Laura Loomer.
Oh yeah. But he one of his guests like had a point.
I don't even know
Democrats
what that means.
have like really shot themselves in the foot, like on education too, because like we're putting policies in place that like are kind of absurd, like taking away like merit-based entrance exams.
Yeah.
Focusing on I don't know, like extreme multiculturalism, like to the point where like we're revising history, in a lot of spaces.
I don't want to do that.
Huh?
I said we don't want to do that.
No, no, because I mean,
Honestly,
as you learn more things, yes,
oh, sorry.
but like not to take away from what was already there.
No.
You know
Well,
what I mean? It teaching, that like, you know, like the founding fathers were like just pure evil, not, good people and idiots or whatever. They weren't. They they were complex people. They did some good things, they did some bad things, just like every other human being on the planet. But they were also brilliant in a lot of ways, you know? Changing history in the Middle East, changing, like excising parts of history, you know? For example, only talking about white slavery or white owned and like perpetuated
cattle
slavery.
America as we think of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Without talking also about the Arab slave trade,
Mhm.
you know, or other, aspects. There's
Or
like a
how Greece
million.
and Rome had slaves and how slaves were
Exactly.
different
Like
and
there are a
different
million
things.
fucking
There's
things.
different ways to be slaves, and there's a million different ways we've abused
Ex
and lived.
exactly. Stop teaching to an agenda
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
start teaching to the facts.
And to that point, we've known since like I think the book came out in 2011, maybe even earlier, about that the Americas were actually populated by hundreds of millions of people, and that Europeans had consistently been trying to breach. That they had already done that. Like Columbus wasn't the first to invent this. It just happened to be able to be successful because they would be already decimated. One or two Europeans coming over met like a native tribe or a native person. Well, that person got sick, and little by little the disease was just spreading like wildfire through the continent, so people died, and all these people were dying. It left these villages either uninhabited or undefensible, and that's what allowed us and Columbus to barge in and do all that stuff. It's called the Columbus Exchange, and it's about biology and how actually we were
See,
not.
that's interesting.
Yeah,
Like,
and people are resisting it, even though it's actually and people on both sides resist it, frankly, because people don't like either side of the story being like, but it's biologic, it's the truth, it's a
yeah.
part of the puzzle that we can't ignore, but people don't like it for different reasons. But I agree with you that these are the things that we need to embrace, make room for, that it's a sign of intelligence in a society that can learn and morph and change and adapt to new information, as opposed to just the whole impulse to be like la 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 la.
I
That's
totally agree. Totally agree. Honestly though, like it's no better than like the Jesus freaks who want to like fucking shove like creationism down people's throats.
I know, right,
Mhm.
right, and they just can't handle the fact that you say that rock is old. What do you mean by old? It was created in 8 days, and that's all there is to it. I can't help you there, weirdo.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I guess the yeah, I
I
also.
really think that like society is entering a new dark age in some ways.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like in the context of like, you know, there's a lot of information that's being produced and like people are learning, there are people that are learning stuff, but like the general masses like are doing like you said, da 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 da. Da.
Mm. And we let them because we have all of our news shit and information is set up in these little silos. So you really can just choose to be in your own little silo. And that happened in East Falls. We literally, our own friend who was helping us lay out the paper at the time, he we were doing the little paper ended, and the lady retired. There was no one to take it over, so we started printing, even though we were online, but we decided to print because there was no one else was printing. Well, then the community council here got freaked out, so then they had to print theirs, and theirs had to be better, and so they had to like attack us in a weird way, and it was very strange. And I
Hey,
was like,
that's
why
stupid.
can't? And I said, why can't we just print together? Like it's so dumb. Why does the area that's like a square mile need two papers? But they couldn't print with us, and then even our friend said, well, some people just want to read their news that way. I'm like, it's the same news. He's like, well, some want to read it that way, and some people want to read it this way. And I'm like, that's my point. Put it all in the same paper so everybody sees what other people are saying. If we're all in our own little silos, then we never connect. So like it's important that a community paper would have all voices instead of just one voice. But they didn't even want to entertain that idea. It was like so weird to them.
It's very unfortunate that the world makes it illegal for me to run around and punch people that are stupid in the face.
You should
I
have
should be allowed to freely punch anybody who is a moron
Be great. Be one
and or
day
Nazi in the face
in the face.
freely.
Hard as you can.
Yep.
No consequences. Should be part of it. But yeah, it's just so weird. And like if that's like guys, like I feel it's such a weird white person impulse, right? Like I don't want to read or know about anything that I don't like. So filter it all out for me. Like do you have no curiosity? Do you have no interest in the rest of the world? Do you have like that is like the pinnacle for me of privilege is like you don't even need to know if your neighbors down the road don't like you or whatever because you don't even want to hear it because fuck them.
Mhm.
Honestly, I listen to and read stuff on the right, if for no other reason, so that I know what they're saying and I can counter their arguments.
Or look it up, right? Maybe
Yeah,
there's a blind spot on your side. Okay. And then you'll always have that in your back pocket, right? You can counter that argument. I know what you're saying. But imagine if you just go la 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 and your world doesn't even have to entertain it.
I,
And
I
not only that, you're feeding yourself fake news, lies, and you don't even have to listen to somebody over there that's like, "Hey, I have an actual point." And you're just like, "No." You look a little eh.
I do the same thing with the propales, more to my mental health's
Well, that's
detriment than
different. That,
anything. But
yeah, that's and there's so much to wade through too. Like I mean, come on. That's hard. That's hard. But yeah. And you know what else I learned this week that really freaked me out? So, DC, all that bullshit going down, but you know how they made
Mm.
this subtle kind of like we can talk about all that shit. But anyway, oh, we can catch up on your people if you had anyway. So, but that they made this thing like, oh, they're teenagers that beat up poor old big balls. And
oh
so
yeah, I heard about that. I can't listen to it and not laugh.
it's like you think it's an onion. Anyway, so poor Big Balls. Anyway, so he's scaredy Big Balls. So they now, because they were teenagers, they want to make sure that they have the freedom to try teenagers as adults. So they want to make it
Weren't they already doing that though?
kind of, but they want to codify it, right? Which is weird. So a bunch of women, like all the lady bloggers that I follow, they were like, pling, like, that's weird. Why would you want to codify that a 14-year-old is an adult? Well, I got an answer for you. Because it's not just about the 14-year-old, bad people that are out there, criminals and doing violent shit. No, no, no. If you can say 14-year-olds are adult, well, then that means that people can fuck a 14-year-old. Then that means
Oh,
a
that's fucked
14-year-old
up.
can get married. And that means, yeah, if you've already fucked a 14-year-old, say as I don't know, some guy who likes his big long ties and shitty hair, maybe that's a way to get out of it. Like, hey, she's an adult. Look, I've declared 14-year-olds adult. And we know that this, she feels like there's something to this because a lot of states, like there's been like 6 or 7 in the recent like 6 months, have gone ahead to codify that uh uh the age of consent in our state is 18. Like they've been like, no, no, we're not going. So they've actually been, a lot of victims groups have been very happy because they've been quietly making gains, making sure, trying to protect their states and the kids in their state from child marriage and pedos and stuff. Because child marriage, and that's another thing. New Hampshire tried to say they should have child marriage if it's military.
What?
Yeah, let the military do it because some of them are from the South and their cousin is not quite of age. So
How about no?
How about no? Ew. How about ew?
Yeah, definitely. Sorry
Ew.
about that. Definitely. How about no?
How about big no?
Yeah, we'll keep you as pedos, okay?
Yeah,
That's not gonna.
put you down for pedo.
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, so that's the other fun thing that's been happening this week. So if you would like to talk more about DC, I know that you're an expert in the whole police toxicity and all that shit. So if you have anything to say,
I haven't really been following it as much as I need to. Obviously, like we were talking before, I worked a lot of hours on
yeah,
my current paid job. Um, but like my understanding is like basically they're going around it and like they have like the National Guard out there, but the National Guard can't actually make arrests.
you're not supposed to.
So like they're not actually doing anything of value other than like, maybe they have some checkpoints in like the weirdest places like Foggy Bottom,
Yeah, right.
like that are like super rich areas, not places where there are actual crimes. You know,
Right.
like you could take that to the Southwest maybe,
Yeah.
or Northeast in DC, and like if they could do anything, like maybe they could actually be of some service.
Mhm.
But like yeah, they have to wait until like an actual DC cop comes.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, they spend more time harassing unhoused folks,
They do.
Yeah.
than anything. Like but even then, like you're probably not actually doing anything where most of the unhoused folks are, which is right around the White House. Like
Mhm.
the 3-4 blocks in front of and to the side of the White House is where like almost all of the homeless are,
Wow.
except for a few encampments over by the Capitol
Hmm.
and the train station.
Hmm.
Like, why don't, instead of like harassing them though, like fund the housing programs that they had,
Ah,
fund the actual police in DC, because the
right.
reason why they don't have enough police or enough housing is because fucking Congress is not giving them the money that they need.
Mhm.
Make DC a state so that they can actually, fund themselves.
Yep.
Agree.
Mhm.
Agree.
DC has a bigger population than most of the smaller states.
Yep.
Yeah. It's weird. And for the longest time, DC has been saying like taxation without representation. And they're saying, yeah, we are at risk because we are in this weird in-between state. We want to be a state. And you know who doesn't like the state? And that's the GOP because they were probably going to be a Democratic state if they were
Yeah,
in a state. They
probably.
didn't want that. So there we go. It's kind of like the same thing that happened with the slave states, right? Except
Mhm.
now it's just ideology, which is bizarre. I
It
don't
is.
in my party. Like what? Like it's not even a big issue. It's just there's not even that much difference between the Democrats and the Republican. There is now, but
I mean, yeah,
right? Like
there
historically,
wasn't. There
it
didn't
just
used to be.
no.
That's true.
Where's Steve going?
Just checking the AC.
Oh,
But yeah, it's like everything that Trump does. It's half-assed and more about the cruelty than
hmm,
any
yeah,
solving any actual problem.
agree.
He's like a lot of people, great at pointing out problems, but never offering any real solutions to them.
Right.
Mhm.
And then like Maureen Dowd, I haven't followed Maureen Dowd in a million years, but people are calling her a liberal Times, New York Times columnist. Well, she literally said whether you believe whether the statistics say we're up or down, crime is down, people in DC don't feel safe.
And
And
I
I'm
can
like,
agree with that. I mean, I can agree with that statement, because there's always been a huge riff between the reality of crime and like You know, even in Philly, like if you go around and talk to people in Philly, there's still a lot of people that just don't feel safe.
Right.
Mostly rich white people,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
mostly people in Northeast that isn't even shouldn't even really be considered part of Philly.
Mhm.
Oh,
You know,
what you said. Oh,
I did like they're
we
not.
don't think of them as real Philly. I guess it's the time they knew.
They're part of the
Northeast,
suburbs.
Northeast. I'm
It's
sorry
not
to
us,
break this
it's
to
not
you.
us, it's you.
It's not us, it's you. I hope you feel better. I'm here with my open letters. Europe, Northeast, whoever.
But seriously, like I mean, actually I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, what was he saying?
You're talking about the perception of crime is
Oh
not
yeah.
the actual
Oh
crime.
yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank
Like
you,
the
Steve.
Krasner people who are like, oh, Krasner, handle that.
Like crime is actual like factually it is significantly down by like 20-30%
Yes. Yes.
or more
Yes.
by now because I haven't been
Oh, the
paying
numbers
attention.
are fudged, though. That's all they
They're
say.
not.
I
They're not.
know.
I mean, they're now. I'm not saying that there aren't issues with like the reporting systems,
Sure.
but when the numbers are reported, and like in the cities where numbers are reported,
Yeah.
it like ours,
Yeah.
it is emphatically down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the perception
You're right.
is still that there's a lot of violence.
But that's because they're constantly drumming it up and screaming about it on their channel.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like the same way
Absolutely.
parents all felt their kids are like at risk now because oh, the news, and people are out to snatch your children, and that's just because we talk about
Didn't
it.
we do this in the 80s?
Right, right. It's because the news gets out more, but like more kids disappeared beforehand, like ridiculous, man. Like sexual abuse and all that stuff was like way off the charts, and we feel like it's off the charts now, but it's actually not. It just feels like it because we hear
Because
about it
people,
more, there's media more, and people talk about it
yes.
more. There you go.
And I'm not opposed to people talking about it,
We
but
should.
like we have to do it in like an honest way.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've written about this like a bazillion times.
Yeah.
We have to talk about, you know, crime and things in an honest way so that we can actually get to a place where we're solving
Right.
problems.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
we know things like that are not police related, like having more trees in a neighborhood,
Yep.
you know, like, you know, having like our neighborhoods improved,
Right. Less food insecurity, oddly enough,
less food
right?
insecurity,
People aren't so hungry.
more
Rec,
housing
rec
security.
centers.
You know,
Rec centers.
what is it? What is it?
Rec centers.
Rec centers.
Rec centers.
Public pools.
Having our trash picked up regularly and without like bullshit,
Reliably, yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
you know, having
Street
people
lighting
like
even
cleaning
Lighting.
up our
Street lighting.
neighborhoods.
Street lighting.
Yep. That's
Yeah, street lighting.
Yeah.
Even just like having somebody designated in the neighborhood who goes and sweeps up the neighborhood every day.
Right. Right.
Yep. Yep.
Having, you know, neighborhood gardens.
Right. Cops on the street. Like cops actually have a beat as opposed
Yes.
to the one we have where they're all just spread out low and we pass them around. No, one
Where
cop
they're
is
actually
always at that tent,
walking.
like the mailman, right? That guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Walking through the neighborhood,
Yep.
talking
Every
to
day.
people, not just walking through like
Nope.
your robot.
Nope.
Yeah.
You know, you have to actually talk to people in the neighborhood.
Yep. Stand there in the corner. Help people pass by. Look at traffic.
Yeah.
All that shit. Be there so that if something happens, they know where to run. Like that's it. Right? Like it's not rocket science and we have the money, but instead we were going to give it to the developers to put shit that we don't want here when we know what we need. And it's not
Well, it's also investing in like really dumb ideas like you know, using police to solve like the drug problem, you know, and arresting people who are users.
Yep, we know
You know,
that.
instead of, you know,
We have evidence that says no, that says what we can do and that
yeah,
works. We know. I mean, there's like decades of evidence that other countries do it.
Yeah.
And we're the only ones that were like, nah, they're bad. Let's just get them. And that's like, that just makes them worse. Like we're just throwing people away. It's absolutely so sad.
Same for the conditions in the prisons.
Yeah, prison itself is a stupid idea, right? Like if we want to give up on people, then just kill them. Just put a bullet in their head. But like if you actually care about people, which we say we do, we want to rehab them, we want to rehabilitate them. Well, this is not the way, right? We know that locking them in a box and terrorizing them for many years is
Well, look at like the way like some European countries, do it.
yeah,
Like they basically have like a little apartment,
yeah.
it's
No, it's not great. It's meager.
it's not great, but
Meager.
it's closer to what like a poor normal
Yeah,
person
they're not trying to
might have.
humiliate them and make them
Yeah.
like brush their teeth with the same water that they from the toilet tank or anything like that, right?
Yeah,
They
they
treat them
have
with
like, a
dignity.
community microwave and like
Yes,
community
yes.
kitchen.
Right, and they have
Like,
standards that they're made to uphold and they get to practice these skills and they're accountable. Like it's no picnic. We imagine this is supposed to be like punishment, but it's not punishment. They just ride their ass and hold them accountable to everything from what I understand. And then
yeah.
they nurture that and get that person to the point where they do.
And then they're educated, like they're
Yes.
encouraged to get education. They're
Yes.
encouraged to go to college.
Yeah.
Another issue, like with that whole thing, is the fact that we still punish people after they come out of prison, after they've
Yes.
served their time.
Yeah.
Like they're still
Yeah.
punished,
They
whether
are.
it's
Housing, right?
housing,
Yeah.
like
Jobs.
jobs,
Yeah.
like it's
Bank
ridiculous.
stuff, any
Yeah.
kind of yeah, voting in a lot of ways. Yeah, you carry that
In
with
some
you.
places, it's you're
Yes,
fine now.
yes, but still, that's bullshit.
You have all these excessive fines that you're paying off,
Yep,
for sometimes for decades.
yep. It's
Mhm.
awful. It's awful. Like you're not gonna help. Why aren't we helping people? Why are we throwing people away? If we're gonna, it's a slow, painful throwaway. It's just so mean. And not only is it slow and painful and mean, but then there's some asshole billionaire making money off it. It
Absolutely.
really pisses me
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Again, punching someone in the face. We should be allowed to punch those people.
Or
Totally.
the throat.
Throat, I'd be good at that. Nards.
Nards.
I'm more of a I want them to be able to people
See
to
it.
like see it for a few
Yeah,
days,
that's true. That sounds refreshing. That sounds
I'm
satisfying.
not trying to kill anybody by punching them in the throat. Though I am not opposed to kicking, people in
Nards.
the big balls,
Big balls. Poor big balls. Oh.
or cunt kicking. I'm also not opposed to cunt kicking Karens.
Crotch kick, crotch punt. Hoof.
Crotch punch is a little
Crotch punt. Did you
oh
choose
punt,
to kick?
punt.
Punt. Crotch punt.
Crotch
Oof.
punt.
Hoof. That's the sound of a crotch punt. Oh. No.
No.
Yeah.
This is why I said we are entering a new dark age.
I feel like it. I can agree with that. How about you, Steve?
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to figure it out because it seems like capitalism, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we're coming to the end of it, at least the unregulated version. But there's a guy we listen to online, Peter Zion, I think we mentioned him before, but he's always talking about demographics. And he's like, demographically, you've got more people who are over 50s in most countries than under. So that whole system of paying into taxes and supporting the older generation and all that stuff is going to become untenable. So he's like, and I haven't dug into it, but he's like, well, capitalism is not going to work in that sense. Even democratic socialism won't work in that sense. I'm curious to know what his thoughts are on the next step because it seems as though our system.
Honestly, I think
not
it
gonna
should
work.
go back to the way it was like in the old country. Like that's one of the things that like, some European countries like Italy in like a lot of Middle Eastern countries and African countries. And
Mhm.
I assume, though I've never, you know, really looked into it, like Mexican and South American countries, have that we don't, is the family takes care of their elderly.
Mhm.
You have multi-generational like households. And
Right.
I'm not opposed to that. I like that idea.
Right.
Here's the thing though. You gotta pay people like my age,
Yeah.
and Danny's age, and like, younger folks in their like 20s, much, much more,
Definitely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
or bring down the
Yep.
costs
Yep.
to make it tenable.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Right.
Like I could take care of like my family if, my parents came over. I'd have to make some adjustments, because, they can't get up and downstairs or whatever, but I could do that.
Mhm.
Like a lot of other people can't,
Yeah.
a lot of other families, if they do take care of their elderly, or more likely the elderly takes care of the younger generations, like they're doing it by the skin of their teeth,
Yeah.
you know, and that's going to create like, you know, more radicalization and
Mhm.
whatnot. But if you're paying people fair wages and like you're helping them take care of their family members, I get that there comes a point where you have to put them in a home, because you just can't like manage somebody with
Are
like,
situations where seniors will have health issues that require professional intervention. Absolutely.
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 Yeah, thank you for saving me there.
I know what you were saying. I got it. I got it.
But like, eh, I would be I'd be thrilled, to have my family, here.
Yeah, have a nice big house where
Yeah. I think
you
it's,
knew that the
yeah.
downstairs, your parents were downstairs, the main family's in the upstairs, the kids are in the top, and then like the generations just kind of shift because as the people get older, move
Carolyn
out.
wants a dorm setting.
I do. I do. I wish we could all live in dorms again. That would be fun. But yeah,
N-
but like
No, I can't live with
I love the dorm.
like people I don't know.
You don't live with them. You live in the same building. That's all. It's like an
Yeah,
apartment
That's
there's
too
building.
much for me.
there are some things
It's
where
like,
they have common kitchens and then the living range areas on the
Mhm.
outside of them.
But you have a whole
Yeah.
family on one dorm floor.
Yeah, you could
That's
do
what I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if
yeah.
you had the whole floor and it was all your family and you could go
That'd
down
be cool.
knock on the
That'd be
door
cool.
and like
Yeah,
go
right.
in, but then
Yeah.
you had shared private areas, but you had shared
Shared
areas.
kitchen.
So that's
Yeah.
and I imagine that being nice people, there most floors would be one family, but there'd be a couple stragglers who would find their way into your family that aren't blood family but feel like family. So they're, oh, that's that guy at the end, or two people. We have two room for people we like enough for our friends, and if they don't like them, you're out of here or something. Like I would bet that kind of thing. Like that's how tribal people we were.
You
But
vote,
like,
vote them out of the
vote him off the island or whatever. But like, what if? But even beyond that, when I thought you said going back, I was like the barter system. I, I'm in.
Right?
I'm
Actually,
in.
trade with people, see them face to face. Make
Wouldn't that
Yeah, I
be-
don't know if that's gonna pay my mortgage
Wouldn't
though.
that be fun? Like,
That's gonna
wouldn't
be
that
your
be nice?
mortgage.
Yeah, you trade. I'll give you.
You do some staircase. You redo some staircases for your.
Yeah. Or you say all your AI work. I'll do this for your whatever. I'll do that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they do whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it would be great if people could. And exactly, again, what is a house worth anyway? It's do we own it? Let's go back to the idea
We
that
really don't.
don't,
Fucking, I'm gonna
right?
be paying my mortgage until I'm like 80.
That's what I'm saying. We're just
Well, that's another thing. If you have
thing.
multiple generations, you guys all foot the bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That's probably why the banks hated it, because people were just handing down real estate between their
Yeah.
family, and they were never getting a taste.
Yeah.
So that's probably how we all
They
wound
did
up
wet
in
their
this.
beak. It was so
They want to
fair.
wet their beak.
Yeah.
Why a bank needs to wet their beak, man. Well, I hate people. I hate capitalism. I really do. I hate to say it, but
Yeah, it makes a lot of assholes.
it does.
Yeah.
It does.
It doesn't necessarily make assholes. It reveals people to be the assholes they already were.
That's
Yeah,
it.
because they rise to the top.
Yeah.
Yes, the asshole gets the prize. I don't know where I'm
Not
going.
even an asshole in a good way either. Because I'm an asshole,
Yeah.
Well,
but like I'm an asshole in a good way.
you're an asshole for a benevolent asshole, as opposed to a malicious asshole.
Malicious ass. A basshole versus an
A
ass.
basshole versus a masshole. There we go. Thank you, Steve. That sums it up
You got
perfectly.
Although massholes are also Massachusetts residents.
That's
so, right?
true.
You're
What's a
mass-
basshole? A fish guy?
I don't know. Yeah.
That guy is like way into fishing. Just a little too aggressive.
He's
He's
too
a
into
asshole.
fishing.
He yells at you. You don't know what the season it is.
Yeah, he's mad about that.
Uh.
Told you, Mayfly tag. This tie is wrong. That's a real basshole. Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
That's how my
Oh.
dad was about tools.
Huh?
That's how my dad was about tools.
Yeah, I read something that said like you don't know trauma until you have to hold your a flashlight for your dad.
Or if he tells you to go get a flathead, but there's like
Oh, yeah.
30 different kinds
And
or sizes.
It's a lose. It's a lose.
It's a lose. You're trying to bring them all over. Yeah, good times. Gen X.
Shit. So, what else is going on? Anything?
Just
Around the house?
working. Oh, Danny got up there and sanded on tried to sand some of the old paint across like where met the wall.
Uh-huh.
That was fun. She did an okay job.
Cool.
Is
She
that
got
by,
her- she-
by hand or is she using a machine?
Small, circular.
Mhm. Yeah. And she's going to be putting those stones in soon, right?
Or is that you?
No,
You're
that's
putting-
No, it'll be me. It'll be me. But she also tried her hand at dremeling,
Ooh,
It's awful
which was interesting.
that is neat.
I have some little divots now that I have to figure out how to fix.
Oops.
It's an education.
So how much?
It is. And I love that she wants to learn it.
Yeah. So how
I
much
just
time do
don't
you-
love that I have to fix it.
Sure. Like, do you have time every week to work on the house? Is that how it's working out?
It did until this week.
Gotcha. Well, that's nice though.
And hopefully once we get caught back up from the hiatus,
Mhm.
I'll have like, I'll try to make like 2 days a week
Yeah.
that I can do that.
Nice.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to, because otherwise I'll be doing it into the winter, or have to leave it there until the spring.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. Yeah.
Uh,
And so what else is going on what are we looking forward to in the news this week?
I still haven't watched the news.
I
Anything?
know that's probably good for your mental health.
Anything?
I see that. I appreciate Gavin Newsom kicking it up a notch.
That is fun.
On
Hey,
his.
didn't Trump send ICE to did we talk about that last week?
I don't know. I don't
No,
think
this
so.
happened
No.
only 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just feels like it constantly happens because he did
I
send
know.
ICE. He
Like-
did send ICE to fuck up another thing of Gavin Newsom, but this was a special, like his press conference, literally.
Yeah, that's like such a weird.
So weird.
Like imagine being the ICE people there. Like you're there and it's a press conference, so like there's probably mostly journalists there. Like
Mhm.
you're walking about like I mean, what are you gonna do? Arrest the journalists?
They're such dicks. Well, they think
Like
they
the
were.
foreign correspondents?
Just
Yeah.
such dicks. They're just there to the point is not to arrest. The point is to just flex and intimidate, show his strength. That's what they're there.
It's a
doesn't work.
a stupid, childish
No.
prank.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
people are catching on.
Or stunt.
People are catching on though. There's people that like in DC, they had a checkpoint and people came out and played music and started dancing in the street. And then the ones that they got ahead of it. So they were telling people, go left, go left. Go right, like telling him to get
Was
around
was
the
that
checkpoint.
the one going into Foggy Bottom?
I don't know where it was. I forget. I lived in DC, but I don't remember where this one was. I didn't recognize it. But it was just one where everybody came out and did a party and they just went home because it didn't work. So
Did
maybe that was it. But
you did
uh-oh.
you, or did you live in like Capitol Heights? I think it.
I lived in Alexandria. So I lived
It's
like right there. But it was
it's a lot like Philly in the sense that like places like Alexandria, Capitol Heights, which are not clearly not in DC,
no. But you're in DC. You're in the area.
but
You're
you call
there all the
yourself
time.
like you
I was
say
there. Well, yeah,
you're
I
in
work. I went
DC.
there all the time. I was there. Like I rode my bike there constantly. I was in DC, so I know the area very well. Is what I meant. I
Yeah.
didn't mean yes. Obviously, I wasn't living in DC. I would have liked to live DC, but that's very expensive. But yeah, and my brother lived in Georgetown for a while, so it was all a thing. So anyway, I'm familiar. I didn't recognize the area, is all I said.
Yeah.
But it was obvious that just boogieing and people having a good time and not get it, falling into it and just being like, yo, whatever, go away. You're being stupid and you're in our way and we're having fun worked. So I kind of like
I
laughing
like
at them.
creative protesting.
I like that. I like how we're laughing at them.
Yeah.
I
That
we could
is
add
the
a
kind
laugh
of
track to
protesting
the news.
I miss.
Right? Laugh track. The first news station that's a laugh track behind his speeches wins. I'm sorry, but we could totally use that.
Newsom might do that.
Please. Oh, Newsom's posts are the best.
Put the Benny Hill music behind it.
But someone did that when he was going down the red carpet
Just
because he was
Yeah.
going ping, 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 ping. Did you see him in Alaska? He was just like walking like an idiot. Oh
It's so
God.
weird. So weird.
It's
Like
embarrassing.
it is. It is.
Ugh,
Yeah, again, Europe, like save yourselves. Why are you even listening to us?
no.
Do not believe this guy. Just like stop it.
We're ruled by the geriatrics at this point.
It's a cheap old angry suit. Like we don't need this.
Yeah,
We do not need this.
no.
Boo! 2 stars.
Just-
2 stars.
School starts not this coming week, but next week.
Ah,
Oh, well, good. Next
That's-
week is the naked bike ride,
When's that?
the 22nd.
Saturday.
Wait a second. Okay, so in 3 days after that, school will start.
Oh, good. Then school is not naked, to clarify.
To clarify,
Not a naked school, naked bike ride. That would be wrong. if
that
the
would be
kids said
weird and
inappropriate.
so
Thank you.
disturbing.
Yes.
So disturbing.
So disturbing.
So we'll have
It's-
some John. So you're saying we'll have some John stories?
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Is he looking
John's,
forward to it?
huh?
Is he looking forward to school, or is he like, no?
No.
Yeah. See, that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
I can never.
I wasn't in. Some kids did though.
Yeah, I
Some
can't
kids liked it.
understand that.
Did you like school?
I did.
Cute.
Once I got like into like middle school, I liked school.
So cute. So you would have been looking forward to school now.
He's in 5th grade. No,
Okay, well, 5th is close.
6th grade. I did.
Cool.
6th grade.
That's cute.
In 5th grade, because when I went to school, we separated it from elementary school, and then you had the 5th and 6th grade center,
Yeah.
and then you had middle school,
See,
and then you had high school.
see, to me, it would be that what you're calling the 5th and 6th, that would be middle school. Then it would be junior high, and then it would be high school. So 5th and 6th would be middle school to me, right? So that's why I was wondering if middle school, the same age.
Mhm.
So to me, that's middle school, right? It's between elementary and then junior high,
Mhm.
and then high school.
Mhm. Mhm.
See, going
What
into
did you
5th
call
grade,
the 5th to 6th grade then if you didn't call it middle school?
it was just called the 5th and 6th grade center.
Interesting.
I don't know why. I don't know why they separated
Florida.
it from elementary school.
Yeah, it's funny. And then you had a middle school. that
Yeah,
was
we had an
essentially
actual middle school,
The
which
middle
was
school is
7th
7th
and
and 8th,
8th. Yeah.
which is the junior. Yeah, we called that junior high.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
But
Florida.
after 5th grade, like when I was going into 6th grade, is kind of when I started really enjoying it, because like in 5th grade, I kind of came into myself,
Ah,
and I was doing things like we used to go out and like arm wrestle like every morning, or we'd play tetherball, and I
Oh,
would fucking end up breaking somebody's, nose or chipping a tooth like every other week.
so you were king of middle school.
I was physically a king of middle school.
That's cool. That's funny. So you were looking forward to chipping teeth.
Only because I got picked on in like early elementary school until I like got big enough that I became scary.
What they pick on you for? That's what.
Uh, when I was little, my middle name used to be Lee,
Okay.
so they would call me Coralie.
Ah,
They would also pick on me because my dad is like the most hillbilly.
that's funny.
At some points they would pick on me because I was a Jew.
Oh, okay.
Little
Anything.
things, like normal little things.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
I had giant glasses.
Yeah, that'll get
I
you.
had giant
Yeah.
go-go glasses.
I had freckles,
He's
like lots of them.
And they went away?
They did.
How weird. That's
I
interesting.
was also like, I had also like strawberry blonde hair
Oh,
until
wow.
I was like in like the third or fourth grade. Then it became like dirty blonde
Uh-huh.
until I was like around like 14 or 15.
Hmm?
And then it like was almost it was so brown. It was this color brown.
Right,
wow.
right.
Like that it's almost black.
Mm.
So then in another couple more years, it'll start growing out your hair like purple or something. Navy blue.
Definitely
Just can't
not.
keep going.
Definitely not.
Maybe it'll be
I'm
white.
I'm at the stage where I got to worry about ear hair and nose hair.
Yeah. That's gonna be white. Or you got the eyebrows that just keep going.
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I actively like have to like fix them.
Yeah.
Like because they get it's terrible.
it can't,
They
yeah, and
would
then
be
you
like
can't see.
they'd be like halfway up my forehead, which is big enough as it is.
We get a Klingon.
Yeah, that's the best reason pickle I ever
Come on,
had.
girl, show 'em up.
That's why I shave my head because I don't want to look like I have a giant forehead. It's better that it's all
And they don't know
just
when your forehead starts.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Kind of genius, Corey. I'm gonna give you that. That's kind of genius.
When you start balding, the best thing to do is just embrace it.
yeah.
Is it
Embrace
cold?
it.
Feels cold. Feels chilly.
No. Now, like if I'm just out of the shower
Yeah.
or something, like, and I like go out to have like a smoke or get the mail or something, then maybe.
Mhm.
But like once I put my kippa on,
Yeah.
especially my bigger ones,
Mhm.
like very toasty.
Nice.
Excellent.
All right.
All right. Well, we're at
Make
3,
phone call.
and
Yeah.
we're at 3.
Yeah, yeah.
So this has been enjoyable. I think we've come a long way.
Come a long way,
We've
baby.
come a long way. I think we discussed a lot of good things today, and yeah.
Okay.
I like that I can see you much better, Corey. This is really excellent. It's too bad you didn't have any. This is to be easy. Might try cutting you out and see if it works. We'll see what I can
Okay.
do.
Cool.
But yeah. So this is much better. Very lit. You're lit very well.
Nice.
Is it? It's weird because it's just that light up there.
Right, but it's also closer. The camera is like you're in frame.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of ate because it's got a wobbly little stand that it's on.
Yeah,
So I kind of just aimed it down a little more.
that's good. That's good. All right. So we'll see what we can we'll see what happens this week, and have a good one, I guess. And oh,
I'll have to watch one more cartoon, then take a nap, then go to work.
sounds like a plan. Enjoy your Sunday.
You too.
I'll try. Oh, wow.